Oh, we are back for Tier 2, Round 1 at Great Britain. We are so back. Maybe it's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be Pistol, so I'll go to him. Just trying to sort out some people get into the lobby still. Right. Curly Pistol is first person onto our lap. We are just waiting on Yak to join. I believe I haven't added, so he'll just tell me when he's ready. New season in ERL, we are so back. I don't know who Hey is, but he is very exciting. Rich says simply lovely. It's Mal said, come on, Sauber. Actually, we want Ferrari. Am I right, guys? Like, but Sauber did do well last night. Great line with P2. I think it will end up being P1 with Assassin Scavenger caught up in an incident. But we shall see as Pistol ends towards the end of the second sector now. 102.7. He's got a V-Carb just ahead of him, who may have to get out of the way as Pistol come towards the end of his lap into the final couple of corners. What is it going to be for the Ferrari driver? This is going to be the time to beat for everyone else at the start. It's a 26.3, and that is the banker lap set by PRT Pistol. Multiple race winner last season in Tier 3. Who's going to be next across the line? I believe it's one of the Mercedes. It is Mazda Spins as he heads around the final couple of corners now. He's not got much ERS left at all. Goes line, deploy use. It's a 26.5. For him, only a tenth and a bit off PRT Pistol. Sauber isn't on a lap. One of the Hasses are towards the end. KZR Dave on his debut towards the line. That is not a representative lap time. He must be going again. Heavy Beefcake went in there with 26.5 as well, just ahead of Mazda Spins. Pickard in the other Haas around the final corner. He does a 26.8 and goes P4. QRT does a 26.4 and goes P2. The other Ferrari of Brewdog has just started his lap. La Pringle does a 26.6 and goes P5. Next across the line will be Chris Stapps, who does a 27.2 and goes P7. Johnny Altunji begins his lap as Joker to the line, does a 26.7 and goes P6. Seb goes P9, 27.5. Jamboy will be next across the line, Tier 3 champion, of course. Dominated this season. What can he do in Tier 2 now, though? To the line, it's 26.5 and goes P3 onto the second row. Very close in there. He'll be next line. Alice HP Cookie. Definitely proved himself as a Tier 2 front runner. Multiple podiums last season. So it's line 26.4. Still got family over, so a lot of people shouting me as KZR Dave has died on the pit straight out of the final corner. But 26.8 is going to be it for him, as he must have just completed his lap and died. So he will not be improving. Brewdog goes on to original pole over 26.0, 3 tenths quicker than PRT Pistol. Everyone is being Tier 3. Johnny Altunji now does a 26.2 and splits the Ferraris. Very nice lap from him. We know he's quick. He's won multiple races. He won multiple races last season in Tier 2. And won the Constructors' Championship with Moxo at Haas. Next across the line. I don't know, Sophie is starting a lap. Seb is starting a lap as well. Still people not to do a lap yet. Taz is on a lap heading towards Stowe. So annoying, I couldn't race, would have been a 1-2. Yeah. Okay. Miles, okay. Ferrari got robbed, let's be honest. As Taz heads around the final corner, it's going to be a 27.3, and he goes P16 for the moment. Rich reserving for Sauber will be this for the line. Has Yak text me? Oh shit, he added me. Yeah, there we go. Safeface is retired, so he must have crashed somewhere. Yes, he's crashed out of cops by the looks of it. Rich goes P2 with 26.2. Sauber cooking. I didn't get that on stream. No, last straw. I did not see what happened. Sauber cooking miles. It is very close. Only 6-7. Okay, I said 6-7 by accident. Sorry. I am back. There's so much going on right now. Is Yak in? He's another in. Right, because that's starting a lap. Yak is trying. So we have a full grid. Lovely stuff. Is anyone close to finishing a lap? Hickard is just ahead. Oh, Chris, that's on track, so I'll go to him as he's a 1.3 tenths up. As at the end of the first set, they're heading through Luffield. Might need a good performance for him for Haas, as KZR Dave is out in P14 and will not be able to improve on that 26.8, unfortunately, as he heads through cops now. Towards Magnussen Beckett's 35% ERS left. Left, right. So important to get these corners right to gain lap time. At the end of the second set, he's 3 tenths up now. He's going to put him right in the mix here. Even if he can find any time in this final set, that'll be even better as he heads into Stowe. Swing it to the right, get the foot down straight as soon as possible. Not much ERS left as he heads into the final 4 corners. Into the left, into the right, and towards the final corner. What is going to be for the Haas? It's 26.1. It's onto the front row and goes just ahead of Rich and just behind Brewdog for the moment. Great lap by the Haas. And Chris Staps at the end of his lap. Is anyone near the end of a lap? La Pringle is. He's coming down P13. Is under 3 tenths up as QA RT Caden goes on the original pole with 25.8. Very nice lap from the Williams there. La Pringle heading into the final couple of corners. What is it going to be for the McLaren? As around the final corner towards the line. A little bit of a snap. 25-7 gives him provisional pole. Insane amount of time found in that final set. The UFRL Ivy goes P6 with 26.2. A PLT Pistol improves slightly, but stays over 26.3. Al's Joker is slightly down in the second set there. Is he improving in the final set there? No, he did not end up improving. Is Johnny improving? Into the line. He goes P4 with 26.0. Very nice lap. From him. Pickard coming into the pit lane. HG Cookie is down in the second set there as well. This could be on used tyres for both the Red Bulls as he is going to come into the pit lane. Brewdog is down and invalidated, so he will not be finishing that lap. Jamboy in the Racing Bull. Both Racing Bulls outside top 10 at the moment. He comes into the pit lane. 5 minutes in the session. Everyone wants to make sure they get their final run in. Seb on an out lap. Taz is on a lap. I think Rich is on a lap as well. Rich is a 10th up. Currently got a 26.2. Can he find any time in this final sector? How much ERS left into the left-hander. A little bit of rear locking, which sends him wide. I might have lost him some time in this final sector towards the line for the Sauber. What is it going to be? It's an improvement. It's a 26.1 and is now in P5. As Taz improves, I don't even see where he went. P15 with 26.7. Yak still gets to do a lap. I don't think anyone is on a lap anymore. No, Seb is. Let's go Seb. I bet my Twitch chat's just not updating and people are typing. Like, I hate this. Let's see. Of course it has. I did 20. Oh, he did 26.2. He's out ripped. W Pickard. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Seb, according to the drum map, is purple in the second set there as he heads towards Stowe. He's got quite a lot of battery left to use in this last set there. I didn't even know he's going to be able to use it all. As towards the final couple of corners, into the left, hits the apex nicely. In the right, a little bit wide, but that's a nice exit towards the final corner. It's going to be a 26.4 and goes P10, just ahead of his Alpine teammate of MMA Beefcake, who is on his out lap. Mazepin's on a lap now, 1.3 tenths up in the first sector. And yeah, through Luffield, gets the power down nice and early. Towards Cops now, the old pit straight. Okay, so Brabham said short, Rev. Just getting banned, please. Yeah. Yeah, of course it's Brabham. Matt said only got 1 point finish in tier 3, so better get a double. Let's hope Pickard brings it for us in quali. Ooh, no, I'm getting banned. Yeah, Brabham, just be quiet, bro. Like, oh, Mazepin's invalidated. MMA Beefcake, a little bit down in the first set. They're coming on 26.4. Needs a bit of time. We know he's won racing tier 2. We know he's really quick, so he definitely has time to find as he heads towards Cops in the Alpine this season. Switch from the Williams. How many debuts are there? There's 1, 2. There's Rich, Ivy, Seb, Taz, Dave. I mean, a few of them have raced before, but one race. Beefcake's still down in the middle sector. Still got time to find. Brabham says, since when did this league become good anyway? It's always been good, Brabham. What are you talking about? This is literally the best league. Like, everyone should be in this league. That's literally, it's literally the thing, bro. Trust. MMA Beefcake towards the line. Does he find an improvement? Yes, he does. He finds a 10.5 in the final set there and goes P9. He's usually fueled up for another lap, and he is. He always does that, Beefcake. Yak is on a lap. He hasn't done a lap so far, and I believe this will be his only lap of the session. So we'll see what he can do in the Aston Martin reserving for them today, as As through Copse he goes towards Magnussen. Beckett's now. Needs to make sure he gets this lap in, or else he will be starting at the very back. Superphoenix didn't even get to do a lap before he retired, as to the end of the second sector. It's looking pretty good. He's got a lot of ERS to use. Down towards Stowe. You've got Williams ahead of him, which may have to be out the way. Into Stowe. Takes the apex nicely, gets the power down, using all the track to his advantage. Into the last couple of corners, into the braking zone. A little bit wide through there, but he might be able to salvage it, and he has done towards the final corner. What is it going to be for Yak? It's 26.7, and it's P17 just behind his teammate Hastaz. Verstappen is, I mean, it's supposed to finish lap, I believe. He's just under 4/10 up in the recarb. This will put him in the mix if he can find some time in this final sector. As into Stowe, it's looking very nice. Got a little bit of ERS to burn in the Racing Bull. Down the gears, Mazepin has retired at Copse. Through the final couple of corners for the Racing Bull driver. What is going to be? It's a 26.5 and goes P13 just behind his teammate. He has to get out of the way for this Aston Martin, which he does nicely. RTM English goes P7 with 26.1 and puts himself into the top 7. Sauber cooking. There's no way Joe G. Lee fell off where his Brad Bombs crashes. Joe G's in it. No way. Oh, the OG is like popping off. What's going on? Is Caden on a lap? He's off by just under 2/10 in the middle sector. This is going to be a cracking lap from the Williams if he can keep his time in this final sector. As, oh, he's hit that. Oh, he's had a little bit of snap though due to the curb around the final corner. Does he keep the time in it to the line? To 25.5. Wowzers. Le Pringle's down. Johnny is also down. Rich, I don't know, Rich is up, but who's going to get first line? Jamboy doesn't improve. Pickard improves to P4 with 25.8. Great lap from the Haas. Brewdog is done at a 25.8. Le Pringle's also done. Ivy done. HV Cookie is done. Johnny is done. P5. Rich will be P6. Pistol, is he finding any time? Can he make up any places to the line? Improves by 10th, but it's still going to be P10. Verstappen's done as well, and that's it for qualifying. So Caden in the Williams has taken pole for round 1 at the British Grand Prix. That was one competitive qualifying. That was amazing. Yeah, Caden's done very well for himself. Let's get a picture of this. It's an Irish one too. Crazy stuff. So, Caden on pole from Le Pringle, from Brewdog, the top 3. Pickard salvages P4 for Haas. Both McLaren's in the top 5. Joji said, I only recognize 2 people. Crazy work. Christoph said, give me a break. I forgot how to drive by the time you started this season. Lovely 25.4 bottle pole as pole though. This guy, like, very nice lap though. Very nice lap. had to make a homemade setup on though. Just stops. Interesting to see the strategies as well, because it was a bit different in C3S though. A few people picked the softs. A few people started on hards, people started on mediums, so I wonder if it would be the same today. Watch me bottle this. Your cork, bro, trust. If you got that pace in qualifying, I can imagine your pace in the race will be just as good. Well, they are going to go. And the race is going to start here now. Yes. We're going to do 5 red lights for the start of the British Grand Prix. Long lights. There's light down, away we go. RTM English, APS on mediums. Kvyat Caden gets a good start and keeps the lead into turn 1. Lapringle under a bit of pressure from Brewdog, but he holds his line. Johnny Olatunji already trying to make a move on Pickard round the outside. Brewdog has... Oh, Brewdog's desynced. No, Brewdog desynced. Oh, chalk it. Oh, there's big contact behind. Someone's off. It's Altitude Cookie and RTM English on the hards. Did one of them get damage? Yeah, oh no. Is it HV Cookie? I can't see. Someone got damaged somewhere. I believe. I can't see if it is though. I think both the V cars came out unscathed, but McLaren came out alright with a 2-3 after Brewdog desync. That was very unfortunate. But Caden keeps his lead on lap 1. BT pick off a few places. Ivy up into P6 as well. Everyone moving up. Joker's lost a couple places. Madspin's made up a few places on the opening lap. KZR Dave is moving his way up the field from P19 already up to P15 as Saber Phoenix gets past Yak through Margaret Beckett. There's 3 people at the back there. They've got some work to do, but they are already catching up to the back of the train as at the end of the first lap, Lapringle under quite a bit of pressure from Johnny Olatunji on this opening lap. McLaren's using different liveries with the chrome and the normal. Lapringle needs to burn a bit. Caden's burned quite a lot. Yak is retired. I think he must have been the person that got the damage then, as Lapringle didn't burn enough. I don't think he's got DRS, but he's got a lot more battery than Caden in the Williams. So he should be able to catch back up towards the end of the first sector. I don't know if Yak left the session, so I'll invite Wishing Siren, but I don't know if he left the session or not. Wishing Siren's not online. Never mind, or is he? Or is my Xbox just bugged? It's usually my Xbox just bugged. Yeah, Lapringle has caught back up, and RTM English is going to struggle to catch back up because he is on the hards. Hatred Cookie and Brewdog have basically caught back up now. As back at the front, Pickard has lost DRS to the top 3. As he's got Ivy right in the back of him. He's going to look for a move here. Pickard, not with much battery. Ivy's going to go for it and get the move done. Up into P4. It looks like it's Williams versus McLaren here in this race. Williams 1 and 4, McLaren 2 and 3. As they head into the final corner. Johnny's all over the back of his teammate. As Madspin's got a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limit, speeding in the pit lane. Is that a double? Oh, he's retired anyway. And he's out of this race. So Madspin's and Yak out. So we've lost a Mercedes and an Aston Martin as through the first couple of corners. Ivy, he's got battery, but he doesn't have DRS. He's only his 10th out. He might be able to close back in when these guys go into none like they have at the end of the straight. As Lapringle maybe just getting his tires into the right working window and possibly going to start putting pressure on Caden now. Pistol And Beefcake and Pistol must have had a moment because he's got Jambo over the back of him. He's got the track, and then his teammate almost goes into the back of him. Kristaps now going for the move on Pistol, who has lost his right end plate. Somehow, as he's hit Kristaps, Pistol's off into the wall or somewhere, cops. And there's a virtual safety car out on the circuit. Yeah, call it the Ferrari downfall. Yeah, already seen it. Already seen the Twitch chat. Already seen who's going to be in the Twitch chat. Just waiting for Racer Ryan to appear somewhere. At the end, no one's going to appear, I don't think, because it is only a virtual safety car. Pringle. I don't know what Pringle's up to. Oh, someone's pitted. Beefcake has came in. It's a big advantage pitting on the VSC, but I don't think he wouldn't be able to go to the end of the race on these tyres. No chance. Pistol is also coming in as he has a lot of damage. He's going to get a front wing change for a set of hards on. This is still out. It's taking a long time, as there's a big train gap between P6 and P7 now, unless it's not as big, but it's just the VSC. Yeah, KZR Dave's already up into the top 10. What a start. From P19 already up to P9. They're both Haas in the points now. And so back on the green flag running. Thankfully, no one gets a drive-through penalty. I believe Brewdog has got the jump on HP Cookie, though, and gone straight up into P14. Hopefully, he can get back into this race. The top three are well and truly away now from Ivy, who has got Pickard and Rich, who have came with him. And then it's Jamboy, Seb, KZR Dave, and Joker rounding out the top 10. As Kristaps now might be putting pressure on the senior Red Bull of Al's Joker. Towards Stowe. Has he got enough strength and speed? No. He's going to have to sit behind for now. Is Brewdog going for it on Hastaz into Stowe? Yes, he is. Up the inside, there's contact. But he's got the move done and up into P13 in the Ferrari. Hastaz might be under pressure from Hitchy Cookie now. But doesn't go for it as Hastaz gets the first 3 seconds of this race. As he's down in P14. So I feel like RCM English will start getting into this race shortly when his tyres start getting into the working window. Pistol basically needs a safety car later on in this race. I mean, Ivy's actually gaining time in the cars ahead. He's not losing time, even though these guys have DRS. Oh, it's Pringle's spun! He's lost the rear end. And he is now down to P4. Ivy up into the top 3 as Johnny needs to hold on to DRS. Yeah, Ivy now onto the podium. Both Williams on the podium now. Williams, underdog team. Didn't see this. I mean, both drivers are very quick, so as Pringle might have overheated his tyres and be a bit under pressure, but he's going to try and close back up on Ivy straight away. There's Jamboy under pressure from Seb into Stowe. Up the inside goes Seb, but he's gone wide because of that send. And now Dave's putting him under pressure into a couple of corners. Dave's going to try and go around the outside here. No, he's going to look for maybe a double switchback on the Alpine, but he holds his line well and keeps P8. But he needs to use some ERS to close back up to Jamboy, who's also using to try and break away. Johnny might have lost DRS there. Caden used a lot of battery to do that though. He's quite low on battery. He did lose DRS, but Caden has only got 15%, so Johnny will be able to close back in. Ivy's got a lot more than the 2 ahead of him, as Pringle doesn't have DRS either in the other McLaren. Didn't have DRS on Ivy that time round. Ivy managing his ERS well in the Williams as he tries to close up on Johnny and get into that DRS train. to the back. Saber Phoenix is right on the back of Kristaps, who's still on the back of Joker. Saber Phoenix gets on the inside curb at Cops and goes very wide. Brewdog and Hastaz both going wide at Cops as well. As three Marks and Beckett. They go. Pringle on the back of Ivy's. He might be able to catch up actually. These guys have really low battery. If he uses battery well, he can get in there. Very close. We won't have got that time around, but I feel like next lap, or by the time they get to Mountain Beckett, if you can keep it clean, you can get within DRS, but Johnny will pull away a bit with DRS here. Both the front two with less than 10%. Ivy is right on the bubble here, and this could become a top 6 train as Ivy is going to connect these two. Yeah, he is. Done very well. In the Williams. Pickard maybe has just fallen out slightly. But with a bit of battery, he should be able to get back in. Oh, he's not had a great Cops though, and I don't think he's going to get it here, or is he? Yes, he is, just about. Ivy's definitely got it on Johnny. This could end up being a Williams 1-2. Johnny's not got much battery. Ivy's got a lot more than everyone else. Brewdog still just outside that train. As he's broke away from H3 Cookie, he's got Hastaz and RTM English. On the back of him, he's starting to come into this race. As someone's into pit lane, Jambo into pit lane on lap 8. Oh, lap 7 for him, but lap 8. Is no. Is that an early stop? I feel like that's a sign of a 2-stop. Yes, it is. No, is it? He's not. Yeah. Hastaz is definitely on 2-stop. Then he's going to mediums. Jambo's going to hards. Ivy all over the back of Johnny now. Johnny has not got much battery to really defend here. As at the end of the first sector, he's also 8/10 behind Caden. So we'll be struggling for some slipstream. As La Pringle has lost DRS to Ivy as well. As towards Hops they go. Johnny in none. Caden using. Caden might have got to make the move here as Johnny just about gets back in. But Johnny, such low battery. Ivy is going to be licking his lips at this as H3 gets a 3-second. Johnny is below 10% battery as towards Stowe. He's just going to be able to hold on to Stowe. La Pringle has kept DRS just about. Pickard and Ritz have dropped out though. Through onto lap 9. It is a bit of a top 4. Pickard is trying his best to get DRS back, but is struggling. Brewdog is now on the back of that train. So is English, who got past HP Cookie, and he could be able to press on with probably better tyres at this stage of the race. That's Ivy on the back of Johnny Olatunji again, who ends off the battery there. If Ivy can be close to Max and Beckett, that's probably his best chance, as it's not a long enough straight at the end of the first sector. If you're on a 2-stop though, you're just not going to catch up really compared to people on a 1-stop. Johnny again just about to get DRS, but he's below 10%. Ivy with 70% battery. He's doing really well. Johnny's gone wide from Magnuson at the end of Magnuson Beckett. And he's already below 10%. Ivy burning all of his battery here. Johnny on 0% as towards Stowe. still can't get him. Johnny's just about going off straight line speed to hold on. And Ivy really struggling with that. As Caden comes in on lap 9 into the pit lane. Doesn't get a 10-second penalty. Very cautious on the way in. But it's going to leave Johnny vulnerable as Rich also comes in. Possibly looking for an undercut. Anyone else going to come in? Brewdog's going to come in as well. Make sure not to get a penalty. Does have, I believe Brewdog is damaged. Seb gets a 3 second. Does he have front wing damage? He does. He's got no left end plate. But he's not changed it, so he mustn't feel as though it's that bad as Pistol. Came out ahead of Haz. Get Ivy right on the back of Le Pringle now. Pickard still not too far away from this. Le Pringle right on the back of this as well. Through cops they go. It's looking all swell for McLaren and Williams at the moment. Where did Caden come out? He's got a nice load of clean air as well. As at the end, well, Stowe, Johnny's still holding on without DRS. As at the end of lap 10, Johnny's coming in, so is Ivy. Le Pringle's going to have to stay out then. Le Pringle's coming, Pickard's coming in as well. Pickard gets a 10-second for speed in pit lane. Did he hit Ivy? He's gone in too quick. He's right on the back of Ivy, but he's got 10 seconds in pit lane. It's a Haas double stack as well. Oh no, that's not optimal. I don't know if Dave will get held too much, but he definitely will get a hold off. A lot of people in the pit lane right now. RTM English is going to go all the way up to P3 as he's on those hard tyres. Beefcake now up into 4th after he pit up in, under the VSC. Hichiko, he's still yet to pit. Hayden has came out so far ahead of everybody else. With just that one lap undercut, as the mediums are probably really high on tyre wear. Rich, as he pit on the same lap as Caden, has came out ahead of Ivy as well, and Johnny Olatunji, who must have had a bad pit stop because he came up behind Pickard and Ivy. What has gone on there? We need to know. We just don't know. As through Luffield, Ivy got straight past Rich, so, and they've got Jamboy ahead of him, who he pitted 3 laps before these guys. But he's up into the top 7. Technically, he's second on track. I feel that the Pringle's going to come out quite far behind here as the Pringle into the pit lane. Just about gets to slow down. Seb also going to come in. And that's a 10-second penalty to Seb. To tell by how. Okay, so now RTM English coming in. He must be on the 2-stop. 10 laps on hard. MAB fix start out there. What's going on here? Saves a bit of a train back here behind Pistol. As Save extends it on Hashtag straight up the inside. He gets the move done. Where is Le Pringle going to come out here? Actually, I think he's alright. Oh, he has a bit of a stab and pit exit. Yellow flags. Save Phoenix and Alice Joker have made contact. Save Phoenix must be on straight back of Alice Joker because Alice Joker was ahead and Alice Joker spun again. He was having alright race, Alice Joker, I thought. But Red Bull have seemingly been mudded by that. As these guys got onto the back of Jamboy. Rudolph around the back of Seb. This is the fight for P9 currently. So, actual points. Rudolph should probably just wait for DRS here. Although he's really struggling. Probably through the corners. Le Pringle did end up coming out just behind his teammate, so that was alright for him. As Ivy's now trying to go for it on Jamboy. He's not going to let this go easily. And puts his car in the perfect position to defend. And stays in P3. Ivy going for it in his last couple of corners though. But make the move. Jamboy defending perfectly right now. Onto lap 13 they go. RTM English has got past Pistol, as Pistol's on 8 lap hards. English is on 0 lap mediums. Yeah, Brewdog is running really low on ERS as well. But as Picard has a snap, Johnny's going to set an opportunity here. Picard's got more ERS than the McLaren though. And at the front, Ivy and Jamboy moving all over the track. Fighting for slipstream. And so back, Johnny and Picard fighting tooth and tongue as Pringle now goes past Johnny. There's a bit of team orders there from McLaren. Pistol gets a 3-second time penalty as Brewdog has got past Seb and up into P9. As is a yellow flag. As Taz was slowed down, let a couple move past, I think. Ivy still unable to get past Jamboy. Hasn't got the straight line speed, it seems, with the fresher tyres, as Seb has got straight back past Brewdog. Brewdog's looked for the switch back. As Picard's now down in P8. Was there contact with those McLarens because he is ghosted? Something may have happened there as Johnny's ended up almost a second back from the cars ahead, as well as Pringle sends on Rich, who pitted a lap 2 laps before him, but can't make the move as Ivy again trying to make the move on Jamboy. Again, can't get close enough to really make a send. Jamboy is a bit wide. Ivy saw an opportunity, but he has to back out. QRT Caden now 5 seconds ahead because of the hold up by Jamboy. He's probably a bit slower than these guys at the moment, but just with some better strength and speed and defending, able to hold on here. Through Cops, Picard's basically been put out of this. He's not got much battery to close in either. As Max and Beckett, Ivy has a good run. He's got more ERS than the Racing Bulls ahead. Can he get the move? As he goes up the inside the Stowe, Jamboy breaks later and stays in P3 once again. This is very good defending from the Racing Bull. As RTM English gets a 3-second time penalty. Ivy still around the back of him. McLaren's round the back of Rich. Picard is not too far behind it once again. He should be able to get back in, as he has done. Into the braking zone. Jamboy a little wide. Might give Ivy an incentive to set up a move here. On the first DRS straight, ERS and DRS is right on the back of that Racing Bull. As towards Lovefield, is he going to break late and go around the outside? Yes, but with a bit of understeer, Jamboy leaves in the room. He'll have the inside of the next corner. And on exit with better traction, it's over to P3 and net P2 of this race. QRT Caden has almost caught up to the back of MAB Fig, who's on 11 lap hard as he pit under the VSC. He could stand up with a good result here as Rich has also got past Jamboy's yellow flag. HQ Cookie is spawned in the other Red Bull as Jamboy and Rich have made contact. And I think he's just about kept it safe. The McLarens are 3 wide with the Sauber. Oh my god, this is very close here. And I think Joker's now spun as well, as Rich is trying to look for a way back past the McLarens, as Johnny and Pringle still side by side. As they head into the final couple corners, Johnny's going to back out here. Rich sends it up inside. Johnny turns it on him kind of, as into the last corner. The McLarens have made up place. RTM English has got another 3-second penalty. That might have been instant, as he only got one a couple laps ago. But Pickard's now right back in this as Rich sends up the inside of Johnny. There's a bit of contact between the two. And now Pickard on the inside of Rich. And there's contact. They managed to keep it facing in the right direction. But they need to make sure they don't lose DRS to the cars ahead. Rich is going to have to back out here as he's used all his battery trying to overtake the McLarens. He fell under too much pressure from the Haas as Jamboy has really lost touch from Ivy and possibly even set up the 1-2 here for Williams. Yellow flag. RTM English as spawn. I don't know what's happened. Oh, and he's in the barrier. Just trying to keep out the way of everyone. A lot of debris on track. We'll go back to Jamboy versus Pringle, who gets a nice switchback on the Racing Bull. Beefcake's fan into the pit lane. Is Jamboy going to resend this? Oh, there's a, yes, he is. There's contact. Jamboy's round. RTM English is retired from the session and left the session. Beefcake. I mean, that was a bit of a stupid send from Jamboy, to be honest. Beefcake now onto a set of mediums towards the end of the race. Unfortunate for RTM English, which got caught up at the start. But Beefcake's going to come out in P12 here, and he can see what he can do for the rest with the remaining laps left in this race. As Williams now 1 and 2. Pringle 2.5 seconds behind Ivy. He's on lap fresher tyres. I wonder if he'll be able to catch. I don't know if that's just lag or me. Pistol. Got another 3. Wit said Beefcake, my glorious goat. He was on very old tyres with it, so he had to pit. Pringle has caught a bit. He's got like 4 tenths on this lap. It might have 5 tenths. He's very quick in this McLaren. And he could try and stop this Williams 1-2. His Pistol's got another 3 seconds. He's now on 9. He's battling HP Cookie. As Pistol is very far off the circuit and in a barrier. Don't know what's going on there. He's going to be probably down in P17 now. He has really just been in the wars this race. Yellow flag. Pickard and Rich, have they made contact again? I mean, they're getting ever closer, the people behind. As KZR Dave gets a 3 seconds. That puts him currently just behind Kristaps. But Beefcake is catching quickly. Any of these guys have to pit again, they might be risking punctures. Pistol's in. And he's got no front wing. Safety cars are on. They are definitely on. Yeah, they're on standard. I mean, I think he's might even end up a lap down here. Let's see if it gets a 3 second penalty. I think he's just about not going to end up a lap down, or if he is, oh yeah, he's not. Just about, oh, just behind the leader, but on fresh hard, so we'll be able to probably scoot his way further forward. Ivy is actually catching Caden. The gap is 4 seconds now. It was a significant amount more early on in this race. So could we see a Williams battle for the win, maybe? Possibly. Oh, it's Pickard massive send on Rich. Rich makes sure to not go into him, but it actually ends up being a very good move, as Brewdog has dropped off the back of Seb with his damage. But Seb has 3 seconds, so it'd still beat him on that. And this is the battle for P5, although Picard does have that. And he has a 10-second penalty looping over. Seb has got 13 seconds as well. So, KZL, Dave, and Brewdog would pick up places. So would Kristaps at the moment. Is Rich going to go for it as Picard's got no battery? Rich is going to stay behind. Oh, Rich is going to come in. He's guaranteed to be on the 2-stop then. Gets to slow down. Chris, that's 3 seconds. That may cost them a place to Dave. I think Beefcake's going to come through as well. Rich could end up back in the fight here if everyone else has to pit again. Or if they're just going to risk it on punctures on life support tyres. Jambo with the fastest lap of the race. Where's he now? Down to P14. And he's ahead of Rich, so he's well in that fight, with, like, ahead of Rich, maybe with the McLarens. But he's got Savvy Phoenix and HP Cookie in front of him, who he's going to have to dispatch quickly. He doesn't want to lose too much time. Savvy Phoenix does not get a great exit. And he's offered to P12, and he's possibly going to get straight past HP Cookie here. He's going to defend the inside, but he's just going to go all the way around the outside with 6 lap pressure tyres. They'll be into the next corner and better traction. And he's up to P11. Is Ivy getting tracked a lot by Pistol? Interesting. And I get to the line. Johnny's dropped off the back of La Pringle as well. Closing up at the front. Beefcake's probably going to come through these guys. Going to be in P7, and I'll be P5 technically, if his tyres don't just like explode, because he'll be on like 10 lap mediums. Oh. Sorry if I'm in game chat. I didn't even see that message from Wishing Siren, fortunately. Who's close? Beefcake's around the back of the Haas, so he might be able to, well, probably will be able to move. They're much fresher tyres. Rich dispatches Saber Phoenix quickly. Yeah, 2 in front of Beefcake, really don't have much ERS. Beefcake's got so much more grip. Now it's onto the back straight. I don't even think Dave is really going to defend this. There's Beefcake towards Stowe. He's going to look up the inside. He's going to go up the inside, late on the brakes, and up into P8 in this race. Oh, never mind. He's spun, and he's held the brakes just in time, and he doesn't. Oh, we have a full safety car. Pistol spun on the final corner exit, just as Beefcake spun as well. And he's going to come into pit lane. Well then, anyone who pit just before that has been truly royally screwed over. Ivy, well, everyone's going to get to close in at the front. Everyone's coming in. So, Caden's win, not really set in stone. I mean, Ivy was catching him very quickly, so that, again, it wasn't necessarily set in stone anyway. Rich is staying out on those mediums. Everyone is putting softs on. Yeah, Rich has kind of been screwed over there. It gives Picard and Seb, they're going to have to pit, so they'll be able to change the front wing. Oh, not front wing. Because we had to serve that 10-second time penalty. Yeah, so it's going to be Williams versus McLaren for the win. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4 for them the whole race. Safety has got a drive through for speeding on the safety car. I don't know if everyone's going to be able to catch up here, to be honest. There's not many laps left. Kane's going to come in. He's make sure not to get a 10-second. Avi is being super cautious as well. Although he might lose a place to Pringle here because of the double stack. Pringle is putting mediums on. Kane's putting softs on. Ivy's putting mediums on. Well, this just makes everything more interesting. Seb gets really held up there in the pit lane. Brewdog is going to put softs on, not change his wing though. Everyone is in the pit lane basically. Is Rich is staying out. So he's going to be P5. Just ahead of Brewdog. Kristaps is now in 7th. Ahead of Pickard. And Seb's had 10 seconds. Dave got held up behind Pickard, serving his 10. So he's now in 10th. Beefcake's going to be 11th. Jamboy's 12th. These guys, Saving Phoenix is just ruined because he's not going to be able to serve that drive through the safety car. Yeah, so it's Williams, McLaren. Where have I been pinged? I think we're going to get going here at the end of this lap as Taz is going to get onto the back of the train. And it's about to say safety car is in this lap. Yes, here we go. I mean, Lapringle and Ivy on mediums might give Johnny an opportunity as there's only going to be 2 laps of racing. Brewdog has to sense an opportunity here at salvaging something for Ferrari, hopefully. Oh, my hopes are with Brewdog. As well scope the Caden to see when he is going to go. That's probably going to be around now, and he has gone. Le Pringle not too far behind, 4.5 tenths is the gap. Can Ivy re-establish that Williams 1-2, I wonder? As on that 25. I believe Rich is going to be under pressure from Brewdog straight away, and he is. As Brewdog already looking for a switch out. Saves Phoenix is retired. Brewdog's already on the inside of Rich. Both of them burning all of their battery down towards the end of the first set. Ivy was close to Pringle, as Brewdog on the inside of Rich. There's a bit of contact between the two, but Rich holds onto the place, and he's starting to hold up Brewdog really from attacking the front four. As Brew Cops, the front four are a second clear of Rich in the Sauber. Kristaps with a full front wing might sense an opportunity as well. He does have a penalty though. That's through Marcus and Beckett. The Pringles being able to hold on quite nicely as Caden's used a lot of battery. We're going to have one lap of DRS like we did yesterday. It's anyone's game really. I think I got to exit on Marcus and Beckett as into final goes. Le Pringle has gone quite deep. Might give Ivy an opportunity. He's going to be quite far behind Caden now. He's going to have to use some battery to close back in. Caden gets to first level of the race, which will be important as that will be a point this season. But very nice turn 3 for Pringle there. And he's put himself right in the back of Caden. They've got similar ERS now. Brewdog's used so much battery. Rich has used so much battery. Both of them below 10%. As Le Pringle right on the back of Caden. Ivy right on the back of Pringle. Caden might be in trouble losing multiple places here actually. As Kristaps and Seb battling through Luffield are side by side as they head towards Cops. They have the same penalty, so this is for position. Kristaps hasn't got the battery to really hold on. Brewdog's off the circuit. We need to go back to the front now because this is where it really matters. It's between Williams and McLaren. These are the two teams who've dominated this race, and they're fighting for the race win here. Caden burning all of his battery, Pringle burning all of his battery, try and close in on him towards Stowe. Is there going to be a late send? No. Can Pringle get a good exit through Stowe? No. It's put Ivy right onto the back of him. Ivy's got a lot of battery. He's going to send it into the last couple of corners. Pringle's gone really wide. It might... No! As Ivy's lost it. Johnny's going to get through. Ivy lost on the penultimate corner. Caden's going to win. It's going to be a McLaren double podium. Ivy gets 4th after it looked like he was going to get 2nd. Rich is P5. Brewdog salvages points for Ferrari in P6. Beefig and Seb in 7th and 8th for Alpine. Wow. That was crazy. There might be a looming... I think there was an incident between one of the McLarens though. That was a very intense ending. But Caden wins. McLaren ended up with double podium there, riddled to death. Wowzers. Great race. Great race is all I can say. Caden gets obviously a race winner. Pickard ended with fast laps, so there's an extra point for Haas. And Beefcake got both driver of the day and cleanest driver. So the two at the front stay third and second. Ivy came from 7th to 4th. And yeah, great race. That was very exciting at the end as well. And yeah, we'll be back on Friday for Tier 1. Well, I'll be finally racing and someone else will be commentating. So we shall see you then. So goodbye.